brighten up those dark mornings. Wheeler, Ollie, and Lecter. Mornings at the Cabin.
Good morning. Wakey, wakey, wakey. Eggs and bakey. Ollie and Wheeler with you on your Monday morning. Guess who's back? Well, I already said his name, so I guess you don't have to guess. Ollie's back. What's going on, man?
That went about as well as our usual contests go.
That's right.
Guess who's back?
Oh, damn. I already give you the answer.
Morning, everybody.
Well, you win. Good
Hello.
morning.
It's lovely to be back.
How was the thing?
The thing was great, thank you. Speaking of things,
Yes.
there's a thing on the wall in the studio that was not here when I left.
Yeah, we talked about this when it went up. I put a sticky note on it the first day that said hard pass. And I'm gathering that you feel the same way. I mean, he's a very good-looking man.
It's a 7-foot-tall cardboard cutout of what I'm led to believe is AJ's brother.
Yeah, see, I'm led to believe that same thing. Now, I would not believe it if it weren't for the shoes. If it weren't for the shoes, I'd be like, oh, this guy's a model. He's modeling our stuff. Like, this is like a stock magazine or like a stock model photo with our logo on it.
Yeah, I've just seen the shoes, and you're right. No model would be caught dead.
That's right. Unless they were modeling the new, like, Gucci worn shoe. $1,500.
Yeah.
Those are things.
That doesn't surprise me.
Absolutely. They have, like, Nike throwbacks that are all, or no, I think it is Gucci. They've got, like, little, like, what they look like Chuck Converse shoes. But they're all, like, rubbed up and dirtied and stuff, and they're, like, $1,200.
And AJ's brother's gone straight for that.
Well, absolutely. Wasting all his money.
Nice Cabin Radio shirt, though. Cabin Radio shirts are available. Come on down to the studio and spend your hard-earned money with us, because I've volunteered for the last 2.5 weeks, and I'm now poor.
Ooh, I love it when we do ads on our own show. For our own stuff. It's great. Mornings at the Cabin. Ollie's back. Lecter will be here. The whole Megillah.
Mornings at the Cabin, the podcast.
This morning's show brought to you by SNC Lavalin. All the best in whatever it is they do. Ollie, you're back. I want to talk about your... Scott, you're over there?
Yeah, I got it.
You got it? Okay.
Nope.
There we go.
Yeah.
I turned it down so you can move it.
Okay.
Nobody wants to hear this.
No, that's real, though. That's real life
real
radio.
Stuff. Yeah, that's podcasting type material. Ollie, you just came back from a whirlwind adventure in Red Deer. Obviously, you're more cultured now. You're older. How are you seeing things on the other side of the deer?
Red Deer, nicer than I thought.
Absolutely. It's actually a really nice little place. It gets a bad rap because it's kind of in between Edmonton and Calgary. It taint Edmonton
Which
and
are
it
both
taint
dumps.
Calgary.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, Edmonton's a dump, Calgary's a dump, so you assume Red Deer's going to be a dump. But it turns out Red Deer's lovely.
Wow.
Whoa. Guns blazing.
Jeez.
Is Calgary a dump?
Not much to it, is there, really? It's basically, you go to Calgary Airport, it looks great from a distance. I'll say that.
It's a beautiful city.
It looks
from the
beautiful
distance.
from a distance.
Absolutely. But it's on the plateau, which is nice.
You get
That's what
downtown. It's
that's
like, yeah.
Okay,
same
well,
as every
no
other
big
city.
cities downtown in Canada are great.
I like Calgary. I think it's nice.
I think Calgary's nice. I lived there for 6 years.
Yeah, who am I kidding? I spent like 2 hours downtown. I got no idea.
Yes, I mean, like Calgary's got a problem. They grew out instead of up, so they kind of demolished kind of their downtown vibe, and now it's all a bunch of suburbs.
Yeah, but still, the best thing about Calgary for me is the fact that from Calgary Airport, Calgary looks amazing.
It
The
does.
best advert for Calgary in the world.
That's right.
Is to look at it from the airport,
And
where it just looks like this golden vista of skyscrapers, just far enough away for a haze to develop around it. And you're
That's
like, ooh, it looks like a magical city of dreams in the distance. And then the mountains rise up behind it, and you're like, that's where all of my life's ambitions will come true. And then you like get on a bus for half an hour. By the time you get downtown, you're like, well, this is awful.
Rent a car. Ugh.
Yeah.
Look at these
you
Ford
are old
dealers.
enough to rent
these
a
Ford
car.
dealers who've got money coming out of their ears.
It's like $20 a day to rent a car. It's not that much. Well, I will say this: some of my dreams did come true when I lived in Calgary.
You rented a car.
Let me see. Going back through so many dreams.
I got my start in theater there. I have a lot of really, really nice memories of Calgary, and I've thought often of moving back. Now I'm pretty much financially obligated to stay here. That's fine.
But this is Red Deer's problem.
This is Red Deer's problem.
Is that
everybody
every
likes
conversation
Calgary and
about
Edmonton.
Is that every conversation about Red Deer gets hijacked by Calgary and Edmonton?
That's right.
But Red Deer, no. Red Deer was super cool. Can I just say, they did an amazing job of hosting that thing.
Nice.
Canada Winter Games the last 2.5 weeks. The volunteers were incredible. The organization was second to none. It was fantastic. Red Deer College hosted all the athletes. That place is really nice. Apparently, they're turning that into a university. Someone should be down there taking notes.
I almost went there for theater. to Red Deer College.
Yeah,
No.
I was hanging around that little auditorium and everything, which
They
is
have a wonderful theater
where
program.
you would have trod.
Yes.
Had life taken you down that road, but
Had
Calgary
life-
stole your dreams away.
Well, no, that's where I went for theater school. Yeah, so stole my dreams. Yes.
Yes, there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you got to cover so much. Obviously, you couldn't write or cover every little thing. What was your favorite moment?
Oh man, that's a question that you would think I would have thought of the answer to and haven't. I loved the ceremonies, the opening ceremony and the closing ceremony, because it means that one set of kids each week gets the opportunity.
That's right.
To go hang out and have that, because you flip, like everyone flips halfway through the thing and you send the first batch home and
That's
you get
right.
the second batch out.
Yeah.
So everyone gets one ceremony, and the trading that takes place. There's an hour where all the kids are held before they march in for the closing ceremony, and you can't trade your jacket or your ski pants because you have to march in wearing those because you have to look like a team. Everything else, like undershirts, everything, fair game.
Underwear, undershirts,
and so
pins.
there are kids going around who are just like casually just like handing over everything. They've worn like every item of clothing they want to trade, so they can just they don't have to carry it. And then, hoodies are being switched and everything. So people are walking in. They have their Team NT, like, jacket and ski pants on. But they've got, like, a PEI shirt, a Manitoba hat, mittens from Nunavut. Yeah, everything. And it's crazy to see the sheer amount of training. I've come home with a Newfoundland jacket.
Very nice.
It just looked nice. So I did a switch.
A Newfoundland
with
jacket.
Some 18-year-old kid who was in some sport or other. I don't really know. But it was like, we're texting each other, we're setting up the trade. Because you have to wear the jacket into the arena. So I couldn't do the trade till I was in the arena.
Yeah.
And then you have to meet up, and like some Scott Hellman or something's doing some singing up there. And everyone's distracted. Like sneak furtively around to the back and trade jackets. It's the closest I'll come to ever buying drugs.
Fair enough. Don't worry, we'll buy your drugs for you.
That primo Newfoundland.
That's right, primo Newfoundland.
One Newfoundland jacket, please.
The Mornings at the Cabin podcast was recorded before a sort of live, thankfully not in the studio, audience.
Big comedy night. King's Comedy Night at the Snow Castle on Wednesday night. These are always a great time. This year will probably be no different. They have a wonderful headliner. Howie Miller is going to be headlining the whole thing, and then followed by what is usually like 10 acts, right? So like it'll be Howie and 9 Yellowknife local acts, I imagine.
Well, I assume Howie will be finishing it off. But
No. He's starting the whole thing off.
Starting the whole
That's right.
thing? Wow.
Actually, you know what? They're just going to drop him in the middle.
Prefers to open.
That's right.
Yeah.
Howie is a very well-known comedian. He is on the APTN show Caution May Contain Nuts, which is also starring a friend of mine named Amay, who I did shows with back in the day.
Okay.
And now she's very successful.
Oh, nice.
And
Yeah.
here I am doing a morning show.
And he's been
Volunteering.
all over the place,
That's right.
of course, yeah. Just for laughs, Winnipeg Comedy
Oh, he's been
Festival.
all over the place. He is everywhere.
Been around
He's
for a long time.
Ridiculously funny. And I know you're going because you've already said that you're not going to trivia. So
Give up the dream.
I'm not
We're done.
giving up.
We are a
probably
smoldering hole of a team.
We are just awful. But like your guys last week, like I was at the show and I was like, these guys will do all right. And you guys did poorly.
No. Yeah. Let's not talk about trivia anymore.
Do we know anyone else
too
who's
depressing.
who's in the lineup this year? I mean, I imagine Scotty Falshaw's going to be in there.
You know what? I ran into him a couple weeks ago. Oh, we got the lineup up here.
I wish
Scott
Ollie would interject with something.
I'll just point at the light up, and I'm just producing this segment for you guys.
Very good. Thank you
I'm
very
just,
much. Thank you.
Just trying to just keep things on the straight and narrow.
Yes.
So we've got Jade Halcyon, Megan Housley, Lauren McGuinness, and
Uncle Lauren.
Oh, good. Enough of this guy.
Are you? I mean, does this mean next year that you will?
I've been talking about it for 3 years now.
Yep.
Lecter and I have been going back
Approximately,
and forth about it, and Lecter always promises me that he's going to write me jokes, but
then
he
I
never
don't.
does. And then I always think of some things that I want to talk about, but then they are just wildly offensive. Like for example, this year it was going to be like like the actual truth of what it's like to live as an obese man. Not just like funny fat jokes, but like all the trappings and pinnings of living this life and what it means. It's really depressing. It's not great for a comedy night. It's more like a monologue over whiskeys and maybe some tears.
But that's fine. Some people like that.
It's a different form of comedy.
Yeah.
It's comedy that makes you cry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you ever see what's his name again?
Angela's Ashes?
No.
So hilarious.
I love that book. No, Dave Chappelle's old writing. Neil Brennan. Did you see his
Oh,
stand-up
yes.
special?
He's wonderful.
3 mics.
3 mics is great.
It was my favorite of 2016 or 2017 or whenever it came out.
Until he did that, I was like, well, that was my idea. And so like now I don't know what to do.
Have you ever seen that special, Ollie?
No, tell me about it.
It's basically the concept is he's got 3 microphones on the stage in front of him, just lined up. And one microphone, when he goes to it, it's for straight up stand-up comedy, like prepared material. Another microphone is for one-liners, just like goofy, puns and, silliness, basically. The kind of jokes that make you go, And the third one was for, as he called, heavy-ish, which was basically him talking about his life and his struggles with depression and his relationship with his father, which was not a good one. And he just, you would think that it would be so jarring and awkward to go, especially from one-liners into the heavy stuff. But he does it so seamlessly and so well, like so amazingly that, you just honestly look up. I think it's still on Netflix. Look it up. It's just an amazing special.
Great. So we need 3 mics on stage.
Yeah. And
Lauren,
I need all 3 of us, actually.
This is what I was about to say, is that Lauren McGuinness has the middle mic.
Yeah.
I will very happly just do the puns.
Yeah.
That sounds great. And then you can have the heavy.
That would be amazing.
There you go, right?
Because Lauren's going to do that, he's going to do like some folksy stuff. Because I mean, Lauren. That's what Lauren is. He's got like the dad jokes, and he's got a kind of a youngish Garrison Keillor vibe for all you oldies out there, and Ollie. To do that, and then Ollie does the puns, and I just come straight with the fire about living as a phony.
It's like, that was a lot of fun, but that one guy
good Lord,
really brought
especially
it right
if we don't
down.
clue, if we don't clue in the audience as to what's going on, that's a great show there. Yeah.
Who else is in the lineup?
So I don't really know. So I got Jade Halcyon, Megan Housley, Martin Rehak.
Martin.
Alex, whose last name I've been avoiding trying to pronounce.
Say it.
Asabgui. Asagui. I don't know how to pronounce that.
Great.
And then there's just it says Bitchy. I don't know who that would be. I could think of at least 10 candidates.
Yeah, no doubt.
Was Bitchy a clown? I feel like Bitchy's a clown.
Bitchy the clown. Yeah. I don't know who it is, though.
That plays songs, like parody songs.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, maybe. I might be remembering that wrong.
That sounds familiar.
That sounds reasonably entertaining. If you want to go and check this out, so Howie Miller is the headliner, obviously. And tickets for this are $20. Doors at 7, and the show starts at 8. And that is this Wednesday.
$20 Wednesday. Right on.
Wait a minute, this is our Snowcastle. We have to pay for tickets?
Jeez. No, the comedy night's always a good time, and one of these times I'll get up there, or you'll get up there. I don't know.
We'll all get up there.
Shove you up there.
That's right. Shove me up there.
Just say words.
Just say
Go
words.
on.
We'll all get up there. We'll let it all out. Yellowknife will eventually recover.
What's the deal with raven poop? It's purple. Where's that coming from? What are they eating? Purple stuff?
Oh, I think you're onto something.
I think we're pretty good.
There we go.
Good. That's right. That's right. If I was a raven, I'd hang out at the dump too. Just 10 minutes of raven stuff. I think it's pretty good.
Can't lose.
That's pretty good.
There was a whole 10 minutes on pelicans a couple years ago, if you remember.
That's right.
I think that was Tom Parker, and people still talk about that routine. It was just pelican jokes, and I don't remember one of them.
Okay, I've got a polar bear raven joke.
Okay,
and it's transferred from transposed from another joke. So a polar bear is walking around Yellowknife because it's a joke. It's fantasy. Yeah, polar bear is walking around the Yellowknife dump, and he goes to a raven and he says, "Excuse me, do you have an issue with poop sticking to your feathers?" And the raven says, "Well, no." So the polar bear wipes his butt with the raven. Good morning.
How dare you?
It's pretty good. Ollie, don't look at me like that. Comedy night, Wednesday at the Snowcastle. Go check it out.
The Mornings at the Cabin podcast. Hey, it was early. What do you want from us?
Is this a good time to mention that tomorrow is our 1-year anniversary?
It is. It is a great time to mention that tomorrow is our 1-year anniversary.
It's been a hectic year.
It has been a year and a bit. That's right. Tomorrow marks 1 year since we went live on this live stream. What station are we on? Well, let me tell you. It's on the internet. That's where we are, and that's where we remain. But we are in the midst of getting that FM license, so you'll be able to save 15 seconds of your morning just flicking on your radio and not hooking up your phone.
Oh, it's
that's
gonna be
great.
Nice.
Oh, my God. Take those 15 seconds a day, multiply that by a few years, and you are saving minutes.
Yeah.
Minutes of time.
Cabin radio is aging you.
That's right.
So fast.
Oh, my goodness. It's such a pain in the butt. And I'm sure if Ollie were here, he'd be brimming with pride that we've made it this far. What's that, Ollie? You're not here. Okay.
No,
What?
he's here. He's hanging out.
Hanging out in there because he doesn't want to be in here.
He'll be in here tomorrow.
That's right. So March 5th marks 1 year. We'll be, sharing our favorite moments. We'll be doing a bit of a merch giveaway.
Yeah, I think we got some giveaways planned. I think we're gonna do basically a big merch bonanza.
Bonanza.
That's a good word.
That's right.
Yeah, we don't use that word enough. It's very exciting.
Merch tent.
Yeah.
There we go.
Bonanza. So yeah, I think we're gonna put together a prize, which is a little bit of everything.
Yes.
Which will be obviously a big thank you for supporting us for this wild ride.
It's been a wild ride.
It's been the first year of Cabin Radio.
God, I wish we talked like that. You know what I mean?
Why don't we?
Wish we could go back to the old timey Cabin Radio Monday mornings, that kind of thing, like that. I love it. We'll be doing a big gift bonanza for our 1 year anniversary. I can't get my voice that low though. I can't do the Casey Kasem thing.
Yeah, and Casey Kasem didn't have a low voice.
Yes, he did.
No.
Yeah, why not? He did. We will also be giving away the 7-foot cardboard cutout of AJ's brother. So there you go. Have you noticed?
We could include that.
Adrian pointed this out. I was pointing out the shoes to Adrian. Adrian pointed out that the perspective is wrong, where the top of his body looks much larger than the bottom of his body. I think that's by design. I think he wanted to look more swole up top.
How do you know that's not just what he looks like?
Oh, that would be bad. He's got tiny feet.
Yeah, well, whatever.
Tiny feet, big frame. That's fine. That's fine. Just caused a lot of issues. That's all.
He's just kind of built like a late '80s pro wrestler.
That's right.
Really?
No skipping leg days.
Kind of a Jesse Ventura form to him.
He's so huge up top. He's got no legs. So we'll be giving that away as well because that is not staying on our wall.
Oh no, but it's still just holding a place.
It's a placeholder.
Yeah.
We should probably trace around the body of it though, and then take it off, and then just create
like a
art.
crime scene.
Yeah,
kind
create
of thing.
art all around it.
Yeah.
And then remove that, and then this is the quintessential cabin listener. Someone with that V shape.
He's huge up top.
He's huge up top, small at the bottom. 1 year, and then tomorrow, is it tomorrow or the next day is the 200th podcast.
It was going to be.
It was going to be.
I think the day after that now.
Oh, for goodness sake. What happened?
Oh, we had another little technical malfunction.
When?
What was it? Wednesday? Thursday? Something like that. It actually wasn't too bad. Probably could have made a podcast, but it was blipping and popping. And I was you know what? For a full podcast, this is going to be distracting to listen to. So give it a pass.
And I'm sure if Ollie were here, he'd say, wonderful, 200 podcasts. But he's not. So here we are. It's been a crazy year. Getting up this early every morning certainly has an effect on your life. Mm-hmm. I've lost many friends. And my family doesn't talk to me anymore. And really, this is my only reason to get up in the morning.
But this is what we were prepared for.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. This is what you sacrifice when you try to carve out your own niche.
It's what we dreamed about.
That's right.
All those years ago.
All those years ago. All those 2-3 years ago when we were just little boys working at another radio station.
With families who loved us.
Those things don't exist anymore. And here we are. No, it's been a wonderful year. The support has been wonderful, but enough wonderful things. I can't think of another word. Tomorrow we will do
things
all that.
Get serious tomorrow.
All morning show long, we'll be sharing our favorite moments, possibly we're going to hug it out, I think.
Maybe.
Handshakes. A lot of visual stuff tomorrow, which works really well for the listeners.
Oh, there'll be video. Don't worry.
Oh, there will be?
It's our birthday. We got to have video rolling.
Right. That's right.
Come on now.
And we're going to do birthday bumps, right?
Birthday bumps?
That's right.
Yeah.
We're just going to start plowing into each other.
Birthday belly bumps.
All elbows and knees. So join us tomorrow for that. But just a little teaser of what's coming up tomorrow. So pay attention. Listen up. We'll be giving away a bunch of merch and possibly any leftover cake that we have.
Mornings at the Cabin, the podcast. where we cut out all the great music and you're left with the rest.
Wheeler and Lecter with you. Ollie was here, but he tarted off a breaking news story.
Which keeps...
What?
Come on now. Come on. Good Lord.
I had them all up and I
You've
potted
been
down the wrong.
behind that board for a year now.
It's the CBD oil. I swear to God. I was just talking about this actually on my messenger, is that it's helping me sleep, but it's actually making it harder to get up in the morning. So I think I'm taking too much, I think is what it is. I'm taking, you're supposed to do like half a mil twice a day, but I haven't been doing that. I've been taking like just under a mil right before sleep.
Right.
Because that's my biggest issue right now. My bigger issues are not like pain and stuff like that. Like that's all fine, but like my sleeping has been terrible. So it's been helping the sleep, not waking up as much. But when I wake up in the morning, I'm like 10 more minutes. Even right now, feeling a little languid.
That's a really interesting, elaborate excuse for not putting my mic on.
I'm just telling you where my brain is at. I wanted to talk about something. It's not really a downer because his memory is a wonderful thing.
Yeah.
It would have been lovely to see more. I would have loved to have seen where he went because he started dipping his toe into dramatics near the end. Talking about John Candy.
Yeah.
He died 25 years ago today. And I remember being so heartbroken. So it was 94. I was 12. I just turned 12 in the December before that.
Right.
And he was my favorite. Uncle Buck, great outdoors. Cool Runnings, of course, and like he was one of my favorite actors of all time. And he, that was how most people felt about him. Even if you didn't like the movies or like think he was the best actor or something like that, there was something about him that reached out through the screen and really like touched your heart. He was a very heartwarming fellow.
Yeah.
And all the stories I've heard, including people that I know that have met him, were all incredibly positive. Always made time, always treated people as equals. And I mean, that always sounds like such a lame thing to describe with celebrities. It's like, oh, they treat you like you're one of them or whatever. And it's just like, that sounds stupid because that's how human beings are supposed to be. But there is a huge divide sometimes between celebrities, and it's not necessarily always their fault.
No.
They're kind of being whisked around to every different thing. They're incredibly busy, and sometimes they just don't have time.
Yeah.
And sometimes they may not see you. I remember trying to get Shaq's autograph one time. He didn't even look at me, but I know why, because I was like 5 feet tall, and he's like 18 feet tall.
Yeah.
He probably didn't even hear me. I was like, Shaq, can I have an autograph? And he was just like, walked right by me. Saw him and Kobe in the Vancouver International Airport.
Really?
That's right.
Didn't try for Kobe, just went right for Shaq.
Both when they played for the Lakers. Well, I had such a bad experience with Shaq, I didn't go for Kobe.
Yeah,
that's right.
Probably wouldn't have been any better.
No, probably
not.
I guess. But John Candy, there was a wonderful tribute that actually Ryan Reynolds edited together, and it's been kind of floating around. It was on Reddit yesterday, and it's on Facebook today. And it's just a nice little montage of his nice scenes and him smiling, which was the biggest thing. It was like when I talk to people that I know that met him, have him smile at you.
Yeah.
Was something that was so like there was something. He was your uncle. He's Uncle Buck, right? I mean, that's why he was so perfect in that role, because he felt like your uncle.
Except Uncle Buck was kind of an awful person.
Kind of awful, yeah, not great. I mean, but like a heart of gold. Heart of gold.
Yeah,
like a golden retriever that poops on your carpet, but then looks at you, like, all right, just have a treat.
I feel like I relate John Candy, what I assume his personality was like, and from, all the stories you hear, like you say, to his character in Home Alone.
Yes.
He's just willing to help out anyone.
Absolutely.
He's got a ton to say that is maybe not that interesting.
Maybe not. But absolutely willing to help. Just is selfless and always there for people. And that's what you hear from the people that knew him best, like Eugene Levy or Catherine O'Hara, saying what he played in some of those movies was him. Like he was Uncle Buck, and he may have been like, he overate and he smoked cigars and all that stuff, and he was and kind of slob or whatever. But he wasn't really a slob in real life. But like what came through from him was just warmth, and he was very outgoing and a lot of love, and you feel that in his movies, and I still tear up watching some of those movies now.
And of course he wrote and recorded some of the greatest polka albums of all time.
That's right. He was a Schmengi brother, and
that's right.
we have to look back on that with reverence. He started out on SCTV, started out Second City in Toronto and Chicago, and became one of the best known comedians, one of the most well liked comedians.
Yeah.
And like I said, if you don't like the movies, you know him and you like him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like I came in a little bit late on the John Candy.
Well, you were like 8 when he died.
So he died in what, 94?
Yeah.
So I would have been 8 years old.
8 years old.
So I mean, I had already seen some of his movies. Like I had already seen Home Alone. I'm pretty sure I had already seen Uncle Buck. I had already seen The Great Outdoors.
Yeah.
So I was pretty familiar with John Candy. You know, as familiar as an 8-year-old could be. But I didn't have that sense of sadness and loss that a lot of like Canada in general.
Yeah.
Did when he passed away. But I do remember my parents being like very, very upset about it.
Yeah. And, he passed away during filming of Wagons East, which is a very poor film. And I remember I was in Hawaii, I believe, with like my whole family, when he passed away.
Yeah.
We all heard about it. We were there during the we were there, and then I remember being on the way back, and we were staying with friends in Edmonton, and I watched his funeral. I watched it alone. And I remember like tears streaming down my face. 12 years old, watching the funeral of a comedian.
Yeah,
and that was the effect.
Yeah,
and still love watching these movies. And if The Great Outdoors is on, which it always is, it's probably on right now.
Yeah,
I'll watch it.
Oh, it's such a good movie.
And I'll watch Uncle Buck.
Yeah,
and even if like even smaller parts, like he started to step into drama a little bit. He was in JFK.
Oh, was he?
And he's wonderful in JFK. He's got 2 small scenes, and he's wonderful.
Okay.
Yeah, and
I've never seen JFK.
Oh well, you need to see it.
Yeah. You made a really good point though earlier about how when anyone passes away, but especially celebrities, because it's in front of everybody, and you start hearing he was such a great person, and you start hearing, and it's natural, of course, to remember the good things, and you're not going to highlight the bad things when someone's just passed away, obviously.
Yeah.
But so you hear that generally with everybody, but with someone like John Candy, you knew there was like a genuineness to it, because like you say, there's, especially for celebrities, everyone wants a piece of you, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Everyone wants a moment of your attention. And for a lot of people who, and it's fair enough. Like if I was at that level of fame, I don't know how I would handle it.
I wouldn't handle it very well.
Yeah, I mean, like you think you would, you'd lose patience for it very fast. So
I imagine you could. Right?
So then, when it's someone like John Candy who just always had time,
always made time.
Yeah, always made time. There's something extra to be said, because I mean he was so popular at that time.
And always made time for the fans. There's countless stories of him spending hours and hours shaking everybody's hand and all these autographs and whatnot. So he touched a lot of people, and still holds a pretty high spot in my heart. Yeah. And I'm a huge fan of his. So,
without question, one of the greatest Canadian comedians of all time. And you don't even have to say Canadian.
Don't even have to qualify.
Just say greatest comedian of all time.
So John Candy died 25 years ago today. Do yourself a favor, watch a couple of his movies maybe tonight. Introduce your kids to them. I mean, some of them, they don't age particularly well, but he is wonderful, and he should be kept alive in that way.
A little creepy with that screwdriver.
Thanks for listening. Check out more from the show at cabinradio.ca.